Okay, so I'm here in the drive line to pick up. I carpool on my days off. Yay. Um, so what's been going on? Let me see. So I'm still in term 4, and I completed OB in September, and that was pretty cool. Excuse me. Excuse me. As you know, I don't edit, so sorry. And then last week I had my peds clinicals, and it was like Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and then I worked 12-hour shifts at work Tuesday and Thursday. So 5 straight. Thought I was gonna die. Um, I I loved it. I was fortunate enough to do my peds rotation in the NICU for the hospital organization that I work for, and it was amazing. That is definitely the area that I want to go into. I definitely want to do the NICU. Um, just okay. So the first day we had 2 babies that were more in the critical care area of the NICU, and that was pretty cool just to see how invasive things can be. And I love all the tedious clinical tasks that have to be done, like really into that. And then the last day, my third shift was more in the feeder and grower area, and so I was able to see uh, 2 infants that one was barely coming out of the isolate, and the other one was in an open crib. And so they were doing really well. He had just come off of oxygen support, and they were both going to be feeding for the first time that day. So that was really cool. Now, one of them, with HIPAA, I can't go into too many details, but one of them had GERD really bad, and so in that situation, we, had to kind of take it slow with the feeds, and burp and that sort of thing. But just the whole NICU, just the vibe, it was really good. So that was last week, and then Saturday morning I took my final at home, which for WGU it's called an OA. So that was really, oh man, what a victory, right? But see, I felt so confident going into that test that I couldn't believe that I was actually like stumped on so many questions, like literally had to best guess it. I couldn't. Yeah, it was bad. But I made a really good grade, and thank God I survived that. I don't know how. I mean, just the power of prayer, I'm assuming. So, I'm actually ahead a little bit. My next classes don't start until November 1st, but I've already began one of them, and it's organizational systems. And so it seems like a lot of fluff work, and so I'm still trying to figure out that class. From what I understand, it's one that I can kind of get through pretty quickly, so I'm going to try to knock it out like in the next 2 weeks. So that's the plan with that. The other one is community health. I start that one immediately after, and that one, I don't know, like they're both hard to piece together. Like I looked at the syllabus, and well, for us it's called a pacing guide, and just trying to figure it all out, and they both just seem really tedious and just like fluff work, which I don't know, I guess it's okay. So I'll finish up this term the end of or middle of January, and then I start term 5. What? I can't believe it. Cannot believe it. And so term 5, I'll have critical care, and then some other stuff. I think world transitions. I'm not sure what else. But that's going to be pretty intense. In fact, like this whole program, nothing has scared me more than the idea of that particular term. I don't know. It just seems so I don't know. I mean, I work full time and I've been able to manage, like, this program, if you don't already know, is super manageable with working. I mean, you have to apply yourself, don't get me wrong, and you definitely have to time manage and juggle really well. But if you can do that, then you should be okay in any of WGU programs. Anyway, so, but for the critical care component in the role transitions, there's a lot of clinical hours that have to be put in that. And I don't remember for critical care specifically, but I want to say it's 90. And then for the role transitions, I think it's 180. It's 100 and something hours. God willing, I'll be able to do that in my specialty of choice, which would be the NICU. So I'm hoping that'll work out. But yeah, so I have all that coming up, and I'm literally just biting it off one task at a time. That's the only way I've survived this program, is doing it one at a time. And I'll just continue to just put one foot in front of the other and continue to pray, and yeah, I think it'll all work out. So I'm curious. I know I don't get a whole lot of views, which is fine. I'm not trying to be YouTube famous or anything like that. I just basically come on here to share, for those that are interested in WGU, what you can anticipate. And so, but what I am curious about is, if you are a new nurse, or if you are considering going to nursing school or all that, what area do you want to go into? What specialty has piqued your interest? Question one. And then question two, what has motivated you to be a nurse? I mean, I've been an LVN for a really long time, and so I feel like I know what I'm getting myself into, but I understand, from seeing other YouTube videos and that sort of thing from brand new nurses, they really don't know what they're getting themselves into. And I think that social media really glamorizes the whole nursing industry, and it is hard work. It's hard on you physically, it's hard on you mentally. You miss a lot if you're doing 12s at the hospital, it can be really exhausting. But I'm just curious of what's your why? What's motivating you? My why is I was a teen mom. I had a NICU baby myself. I had just turned 16, and he was 28 weeks at gestation when he was born. And from then on, I lived with family for a very short while. But by the time I was 16 and a half, I lived by myself with my son, and lived by myself till I was about 24, 25 with my son. And then by then I had a second child, which is my middle son. But I've always been motivated by the opportunity to be like in your face to all the spectators, in your face to the haters. Not that I have many, but as a kid, I think everybody really expected me to fail. And so I kind of want to be able to do the victory dance. I want to be able to be like, I know what you thought of me, and I know you thought I was just set up for failure, but look at me now. I've put myself through medical assisting school, I've put myself through LVN school, and now RN BSN, and I just want to be able to say that. But the biggest why, my biggest motivation is my kids. I don't want them to ever use my beginnings as an excuse for their failures, or as an excuse for them not being able to progress. I also, I'm a grandma now, and I want to show my grandkids that I want to be able to raise the bar for them as well as my kids, and say, hey, whatever you do, you can do whatever you want to do, you can do it. Like, there's no excuses. So I have a couple of different whys on what motivates me. But I like to challenge myself, and hopefully I can finish this strong, and really looking forward to the victory dance. So thank you guys for watching. I know it's been a long time. Forgive me with the shades, but I am in the drive line waiting on the kids, do the carpool thing. And but yeah, thank you for watching, and just share. I would just love to hear your comments. I do try to reply to everybody as soon as you post them. So thank you. You guys have a great day. Bye.